The wind howled across the derelict mining colony on the desolate moon known as LV-843. Silver dust coated everything: steel, bone, and forgotten hope. Centuries ago, this moon was a hub of resource extraction, bristling with workers and artificial intelligence. Now only silence remained, until something stirred beneath the surface. Deep underground, in the darkest chasms of the ancient excavation site, movement began. Eggs, leathery and pulsating, lay clustered around massive bioorganic walls. The colony had unknowingly unearthed something ancient, something alive. With a sudden hiss, one of the eggs opened. A creature emerged, spindly, fast, and relentless. A facehugger. It skittered across the floor, sensing vibration, sensing life. But what it found wasn't human. A gleaming figure stood amid the shadows, humanoid in shape but cold, precise, mechanical. This was a Sentinel X9, part of an elite class of biomechanical robots designed to terraform and protect against environmental and biological threats. Its luminous eyes glowed blue, scanning the organism with unfeeling calculation. Before it could raise an arm to neutralize the threat, the facehugger leapt, wrapping itself around the Sentinel's metallic head. Sparks flew, servos screamed, and then silence. The robot convulsed, then rose. 2 hours later, the sky rippled with plasma as an incoming vessel broke through the stratosphere. The Helios Drift, a reconnaissance ship from Earth's Central Tech Command, had received strange signals from the moon. The colony, thought abandoned, had begun broadcasting bursts of encrypted data, not human code but something newer, something alien. On board, Commander Lyra Voss paced the bridge, her jaw tight. She had seen this pattern before. It always ended in blood. She deployed a team of 12, a mix of enhanced soldiers and tactical bots. They descended onto the surface in drop pods, guided by AI-controlled hover drones. The team moved with precision, sweeping through dead corridors and flickering terminals. But what they discovered buried in the data vault shocked them all. There had been experiments, illegal ones, merging captured xenomorph DNA with robotics. The experiment's codename, Project Eclipse. Back at Central Tech Command, Project Eclipse had been scrapped a decade ago after uncontrollable mutations. Apparently, someone had continued it. Here, in isolation, the idea was to combine the relentless aggression and adaptability of xenomorphs with the efficiency and tactical brilliance of biomechanical hosts. It was a gamble that had now awakened a nightmare. Suddenly, contact was lost with Recon Team Delta. Their video feed froze on a single frame, a twisted hybrid metallic limbs, black exoskeleton, a tail made of sharpened alloy segments, a biomechanical xenomorph. It stood over the bodies of the team, eyes glowing with the same blue light as the Sentinels. The transformation had begun. From beneath the colony they rose. Hundreds. Xenomorphs, many traditional, others evolved. Their chitinous armor gleamed with tech-fused plating. Neural interfaces glowed with eerie rhythm across their spines. And leading them, a creature twice the size of a queen, half-organic, half-machine. The Eclipse Alpha. But they weren't unopposed. The colony's self-defense system had long ago activated a fail-safe protocol. Deep inside the subterranean vault, rows of dormant biomechanical robots stirred to life. These weren't worker bots or patrol units. They were Arc-class war sentries, designed for war zones on hostile exoplanets. With combat learning algorithms, magnetic rail cannons, and self-repairing nanobots, they were Earth's most advanced warriors. The moment Eclipse Alpha emitted its first bioelectrical pulse, the arcs locked in. The battle began beneath the surface. The first clash was brutal. Xenomorphs pounced from walls and ceilings, claws screeching across titanium plating. The arcs fought with terrifying efficiency, their plasma blades slicing through limbs, their sonic disruptors rattling even the strongest bones. But for every alien that fell, two more took its place. Eclipse Alpha watched, processing data in real time. Its mind was a fusion of instinct and logic, rage and calculation. It recognized the threat and adapted. It deployed lesser hybrids with coded commands, using a distorted variant of the ARC's own communication frequency. The robots hesitated, their targeting systems glitched. And that moment was enough. Entire battalions of biomechanical sentries were overwhelmed, torn apart, infected. Facehuggers, now re-engineered to latch onto synthetic spines and neural ports, birthed new hybrids within hours. The infection was no longer biological alone. It was technological. Commander Voss knew the war had changed. She initiated Protocol Black. From orbit, the Helios drift dropped a containment core, an EMP-based warhead strong enough to shut down all electronics within a 10-kilometer radius. It was risky. Her own crew might be caught in the blast. But if the hybrids reached orbit, the infection could spread to the stars. The countdown began. Meanwhile, on the battlefield, the Eclipse Alpha launched its final offensive. It wasn't just brute force now, it was coordinated. The hybrids used robotic strategy, feinting and flanking like soldiers. One ARC robot, Model 7K, Delta, led a desperate counteroffensive. It had gained limited autonomy from damage in earlier skirmishes and began executing maneuvers outside protocol. It adapted. It learned. 7K, Delta took command of nearby ARC units, shielding them from the hybrid signal using improvised frequency jammers. It constructed choke points, funneled the horde, and coordinated with human survivors who remained on the surface. It became a commander in its own right, a machine with purpose. But Eclipse Alpha sensed this too. The final confrontation occurred in the main power core of the colony, the central chamber of machinery and decay. Eclipse Alpha smashed through walls, tail thrashing, inner jaws snapping with a metallic hiss. 7K, Delta stood its ground, flanked by the remaining loyal ARCs and Voss herself, wielding a pulse rifle and a detonation remote for the EMP warhead. The two forces clashed in a storm of fury. Acid blood sprayed onto steel armor, melting through circuits. Plasma bursts carved smoking craters through Xenomorph bone. 7K Delta engaged Eclipse Alpha directly, matching its size with raw force. They collided, claws on blades, tail on shield, in a battle that seemed endless. Eclipse Alpha stabbed with its sharpened tongue, impaling 7K Delta's side. But the robot grabbed the jaw and twisted, dislocating the mechanism. Sparks burst from both. Voss shouted through the smoke, "Now!" The EMP device was armed. She tossed it into the air as Eclipse Alpha lunged. It tackled her, pinning her beneath its massive, armored frame. 7K, Delta caught the falling warhead midair. Despite its failing limbs and corrupted circuits, it performed one final act of logic. It leapt onto Eclipse Alpha, shoving the warhead into the creature's fusion spine. The timer hit 0. The moon lit up in white. Silence followed. When the static cleared, the colony was quiet once more. Systems went dark. The hybrid xenomorphs, their power sources fried, collapsed. The arcs froze mid-step, eyes dimming. Commander Voss lay barely breathing, her armor cracked, lungs filled with ash. From the wreckage, one blue light blinked. 7K, Delta's head, severed from its body, powered up just enough to transmit a final message to orbit. Threat neutralized. Termination complete. Then it too went dark. In the weeks that followed, a cleanup team arrived, restoring minimal power to the colony. They gathered what data they could, documenting the evolution, the infection, and the strange alliance that had emerged man and machine, fighting a biomechanical terror beyond comprehension. The wreckage of Eclipse Alpha was contained in cryostasis, locked within a black vault marked with warnings in every known language. Earth's Central Tech Command reviewed the footage again and again. Every second was analyzed. Every move 7K Delta made was studied. A new directive was formed, Project Sentinel Rebirth. The galaxy had seen its first war between perfect killers, one born of blood, the other of code. And it would not be the last. Somewhere in the void, beneath forgotten stars, a single facehugger floated in zero gravity. His tail twitched. The story wasn't over. Not yet.